we can see more detail for the upwards movement labeled the beginning of minor wave 5 with minute waves 1 and 2 complete, and minute wave 3 now expected to continue higher. An Elliott channel is drawn around minute wave 2 using Elliott's technique for a correction from the beginning of minuet wave A to the end of minuet wave B with a copy on the end of minuet wave A. A full break above this candlestick with a green candlestick above and not touching would support this wave count, seeing minute wave 3 to continue higher. And though if it continues lower, minute wave 2 cannot move below the start of minute wave 1 at 2295.86. Additionally, minute wave 2 has found support at the lower edge of this Elliott channel copied over from the weekly chart, which supports this wave count, seeing minute wave 2 complete at this low here. We can see more detail for the upwards movement labeled the beginning and middle stages of minor wave 5, currently within minute wave 3. This wave count expects overlapping third waves at minute, minuet, and sub-minuet degrees to overall move price higher. Sub-minuet wave 2 labeled complete at this last low just here, falling just short of the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio of sub-minuet wave 1 at 2468.27. If price continues any lower, then sub-minuet wave 2 may reach this target, and it may also find support at the lower edge of this Elliott channel, which is copied over from the weekly chart. Within minuet wave 3, any second wave corrective movement cannot move below its start at 2369.10, meaning if sub-minuet wave 2 wants to continue any lower, it cannot move below this point. This wave count now expects upwards momentum to increase for these overlapping third waves, though at the beginning of these third waves, particularly at the beginning of sub-minuet wave 3, reduced range and momentum is not cause for concern, though as price continues, the degree of labeling may need to be altered somewhat. You can see more detail for the upwards movement labeled minute wave 3, currently expected to be within the very early stages of minuet wave 4. Minuet wave 4 has a target range calculated between 2529 and 2525, which is the 95% confidence interval between fourth and third waves within impulses of gold. The end of minuet wave 3 has broken just above the Elliott channel, breaching its upper edge with the end of sub-minuet wave 5. This is common for fifth waves ending third waves 1 degree higher, as I have previously mentioned, and supports this wave count. As minuet wave 4 continues lower, it cannot move into minuet wave 1 price territory at 2474.58. This Elliott channel is drawn around the sub-minuet degree movements within minuet wave 3 using Elliott's first technique from the end of sub-minuet wave 1 to the end of sub-minuet wave 3 with a copy on the end of sub-minuet wave 2.